In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. For BS English 4th semester, this is first class of communication and presentation skills. Topic of today's lecture is Introduction to Presentation and Communication Skills. So, what are the presentation and communication skills? Uh, how do we communicate? What is meant by communication? We will start from the concept of communication. What do we mean by communication? So, first of all, what are communication skills? Communication skills allow you to understand and be understood by others. That you understand others and others understand you. These can include but are not limited to effectively communicating ideas to others. This is not limited to effectively communicating to others. Listening in conversation, giving and receiving critical feedback, and public speaking is also a part of communication skills. So, the way you understand others by communicating and the others understand you. You understand others and others understand you. So that this process, this vice versa process of understanding and comprehension is called communication. This is the simplest words in which you can understand that one understands you, what are you saying, what are you trying to say, and what are your body postures through everything understands and how you understand. It is not only related to speaking, but it is understanding. Rather, it is understanding. So, communication skills are the abilities you use when giving and receiving different kinds of information. When you give or receive information, different types of information, then communication skills are used. Some examples include communicating new ideas, feelings, or even an update on your project. That is also a part of communication skills. Communication skills involve listening, speaking, observing, and emphasizing. So, it emphasizing something also falls in the category of communication. Okay? Sizing. It is also helpful to understand the differences in how to communicate through face-to-face interactions and how do you communicate in your face-to-face interactions, phone conversations and digital communications like email and social media. How do you communicate through them? It is also important as well. So that is the simple foundation of communication skills, simple understanding about communication skills. Now comes the process of communication. How do the process of communication takes place? First, you can look at the pictorial representation of the process of communication. That first sender has an idea, sender encodes idea in message, message travels over channel, receiver decodes message, feedback travels to sender, and possible additional feedback to receiver. This is the process of communication. First, you have an idea, you want to describe that idea. So sender encodes idea. Message travels over channel, receiver decodes message, and in this way feedback then comes to into process. The communication process is made up of four key components. There are four key components that make our communication process. Those components include encoding, medium of transmission, decoding, and feedback. These, there are also two other factors in the process, and those two factors are present in the form of the sender and the receiver. The communication process begins with the sender and ends with the receiver. It is started by the sender and it ends with the receiver. The sender is an individual, group, or organization who initiates the communication, starts the communication, is started by a group, individual, or organization. This source is initially responsible for the success of the message. The sender's experiences, attitudes, knowledge, skill, perceptions, and culture influence the message. All of these things influence the message of the sender. The written words, spoken words, and non-verbal language selected are paramount in ensuring the receiver interprets the message as intended by sender. All communications begins with the sender. So sender is essential in this communication. Purpose Now the purposes of communication. Communication serves five major purposes: to inform, to express feelings, to imagine, to influence, and to meet social expectations. That how society demands you to be or how they expect you to be behaving in certain circumstances. Each of these purposes is reflected in a form of communication. Informative communication that gives information. When people share knowledge about the world in which they live, they are participating in the process of informative communication. So the people share knowledge about the world in which they live. The process of informative communication. Informative messages attempt to present an objective that is truthful and unbiased view of the topics being considered. That it is truthful and unbiased. For example, if a sports fan reads accounts of a baseball game in two different newspapers, it is reasonable to expect that the reports will agree on all the significant details and facts of the game. The final score, the winning team, hits, runs, errors, and other happenings that would be same in all the reports. So when you are informing others, that is informative communication. That is one purpose. Effective communication is the second purpose. Is the process through which people express feelings about things, themselves, and others. Your feelings about something. Report is not a feelings. The news report was not about feeling of someone. The poets express themselves, that is the feelings. Expressions of positive and negative feelings about places, objects, events, policies, and ideas are called opinions. For example, your personal opinion of the latest budget of the government can be your personal opinion, that is that would be effective communication. That would be example of effective communication. Expression of feelings about oneself are known as self disclosures. How do you express feelings about your own self? Expression of both positive and negative feelings about others is vital to maintaining close relationships. Positive and negative feelings about others are vital. Expressions of positive feelings let friends and loved ones know that they are valued. Expressions of negative feelings serve as a safety valve in a relationship. So that is called effective communication. Now comes imaginative communication. Imaginative communication may be defined as a process through which invented situations are created and in most cases shared. Whenever people invent jokes or stories, so these are inventions, speculate, daydream, or make believe, they are engaged in imaginative communication. So this is called imaginative communication. People also engage in imaginative communication when they appreciate fictional messages found in books, magazines, newspaper, films, television, dramas, plays, and conversations. That is all related to imaginative communication. Next comes persuasive communication. Persuasive communication may be defined as the process through which people attempt to influence the beliefs or actions of others. when you try to persuade someone to do something or not to do something, that is persuasive communication. In many cases, persuasive communication involves people who are important to each other. Parents influence children, children influence parents, and friends influence each other. Persuasive communication, such as advertising, frequently involves strangers. Those involved in designing ads or producing commercials will attempt to know the target audience, but this is generally limited to a few important details about potential customers, such as where they live or how much money they are expected to spend on certain items in a given year. That is persuasive communication. Further is ritualistic communication, derived from the word ritual, which means socially bounded ceremonies, traditions, cultural or traditional aspects of a society are called rituals. Ritualistic communication is the process through which people meet social expectations. How on marriage, one is expected to dress in a marriage ceremony. You expect someone to be dressed in in a good pant shirt or a dress, but you don't expect someone to be dressed in lungi on the uh, on the eve of marriage. That is social expectation. And similarly on the janaza, you don't expect someone to be wearing very shocking red color. The word ritual comes from the Latin ritualis, meaning pertaining to rites. At one time, rites were seen as acts of religious or public ceremonies. As were religious or public ceremonies going on, people were expected to perform the rites in a certain way. People still have strong expectations about how others should act in a wide range of social situations. Now comes the types of communication. First is the verbal communication that you do with your words. Verbal communication occurs when we engage in speaking with others. It can be face to face over the telephone via Skype or Zoom etc. Some verbal engagements are informal, such as chatting with a friend over coffee or in the office kitchen, while others are more formal, such as a scheduled meeting. That is the sort of verbal communication you will be doing. Non-verbal communication, what we do while we speak, often says more than the actual words. Non-verbal communication includes facial expressions, posture, eye contact, hand movements, and touch. Types of communication further is the written communication. Whether it is an email, a memo, a report, a Facebook post, a tweet, a contract, etc. All forms of written communication have the same goal. They are all having the same purpose, same objective, to disseminate information in a clear and concise manner. To dispatch, to convey information in a clear and concise manner. Number four is the listening. The act of listening does not often make its way into the list of types of communication. Normally, we don't see listening as a type of communication, but it is a very important type of communication. Active listening, however, is perhaps one of the most important types of communication because we cannot listen to the person sitting across from us, we cannot effectively engage with them. If we are not listening, we cannot engage properly with the person that is sitting across us. Importance of presentation skills. Further comes visual communication. We are a visual society. Think about it. Televisions are running 24/7. All the time we are seeing their television reports are there. Facebook is visual with memes, videos, images, etc. So this is the era of visualization. Different uh, new softwares are launched every day. There are different social websites, social platforms that are increasing day by day, and people are connecting with these social platforms rather physically. So it has become a very important source of communication late in the modern age. In this age, it is very important and significant to be socially updated. Instagram is an image only platform, and advertisers use imagery to sell products and ideas. So these are the new ideas that are coined by the advertisers and product makers. Think about from a personal perspective, the images we post on social media are meant to convey meaning. Whenever we post something in social media, it conveys meaning to communicate a message, to give a message. In some cases, that message might be look at me. I am in Italy or I just won an award. Others are carefully curated to tug on our heartstrings, injured animals, crying children, etc. They can also be posted on the social media sites. So these are also very important. Now comes the importance of presentations skills. This was about the communication process and its types. Now comes the importance of presentation skills in communication. Effective presentation skills are a part of communication. You need effective presentation skills to present your ideas, projects, plans, strategies, and products in front of the audience. You want to do something like that in front of the audience to present your ideas. You need these presentation skills. In front of venture capitalists online and offline. In this interaction, it's important to have technical and non-technical presentation skills to achieve the end goal. To achieve your objective, you need all of these skills. Communication and presentation skills are a part of each other. To be effective in the communication, you need presentation skills. So, when you want to be successful, you need these presentation skills. Presentation skills help you to communicate more effectively and professionally with your audience, boss, team members, students, and teachers. When you have these communication skills, you will be able to communicate with them effectively. Importance of presentation skills is further described here. While everyone communicates online and offline in written, verbal, and visual formats, different types of formats are used for communicating as described earlier, such as blog posts, social media posts, YouTube videos, slideshows, and seminars, and in official meetings, etc. So, in all these respects, someone communicates to convince the small and larger audience, but not all use presentation skills. Not everyone use presentation skills, and that's why most people are not that effective in communicating in a meeting, classroom, and interviews. Everyone is not very proficient in it. So presentation skills are important to communicate more effectively so that the message is broadcast meaningfully in the mind of people and target readers, audience, viewers, and customers. They should be targeted by these presentation skills. Importance of presentation skills. Presentation skills are more popular these days due to the digital era. Because of the digital era, these have become more popular. The goal of the presentation is to make communication between two or 10,000 people simple. Slideshows meaningful and easy to understand so that second person listeners, viewers, readers or audience need to use less brain. So in this way, they will be able to communicate in a effective manner and you will be able to show them if you are communicating with them meaningfully you are easy to understand then you have presentation skills when you are understood easily it means you have good presentation skills. Presentation skills are not only about the knowledge of Microsoft PowerPoint application, SlideShare and Google Slides. Students, freelancers, job seekers, leaders, almost everyone needs presentation skills. So people from every sphere of life need presentation skills to make themselves well equipped. It's because everyone has to communicate for business and career reasons. So that's why they are very significant and important. I hope these points are clear to you. In case of any confusion, We will further elaborate it. I will further elaborate it in the classroom, in the physical class. Wish you all the best. Thank you.